A legacy of fear, unveiling the roots of prejudice. Black Africans have long been unjustly viewed as a threat. This fear is deeply rooted in history. It has been fueled by prejudice and ignorance. To understand this fear, we must examine its origins. From the outset of their interactions, Europeans often saw Africa and its people through a distorted lens. Africa was portrayed as a dark and savage land. Its people were seen as uncivilized and dangerous. These views were used to justify exploitation and oppression. This fear was not based on reality. It was a product of racist ideologies. These ideologies were used to justify colonialism and slavery. They painted Black Africans as inferior and threatening. This false narrative had devastating consequences for generations to come. Understanding the historical roots of this fear is crucial. It helps us understand the racism and discrimination faced by Black people today. By acknowledging and dismantling these harmful perceptions, we can work towards a more just and equitable future. Colonialism's grip power, exploitation, and the construction of the other. Colonialism played a significant role in shaping these fears. European powers sought to control Africa's resources and people. They used their power to exploit and oppress. To justify their actions, they created a narrative of African inferiority. Black Africans were seen as obstacles to progress. They were portrayed as savage and uncivilized. This narrative was used to legitimize their rule. Colonialism's legacy is vast and enduring. It has had a profound impact on Africa's development. The economic and social structures put in place during colonialism continue to shape the continent today. Colonialism created deep divisions and inequalities. These inequalities persist today, fueling poverty, conflict, and instability. The stain of slavery, dehumanization, and the birth of enduring stereotypes. Slavery further entrenched these harmful stereotypes. Millions of Africans were forcibly transported to the Americas. They were subjected to brutal treatment and dehumanization. Slavery relied on the belief that Black people were inferior. This belief was used to justify their enslavement. The horrors of slavery left a lasting scar on the world. The stereotypes born out of slavery continue to plague us today. Black people are still stereotyped as lazy, unintelligent, and prone to criminality. These stereotypes contribute to systemic racism and discrimination. We must actively challenge and dismantle these harmful stereotypes. Education and awareness are key to combating these ingrained prejudices. Only then can we move towards a society where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Section 4, Propagating Prejudice, the role of media and literature in reinforcing bias. Media and literature played a crucial role in spreading these harmful views. Racist caricatures and stereotypes were common in popular culture. These portrayals reinforced existing prejudices. Newspapers, books, and films often depicted Black Africans in a negative light. They were portrayed as unintelligent, savage, and dangerous. These depictions fueled fear and mistrust. This biased representation had a profound impact on public opinion. It shaped how people perceived Black Africans both domestically and internationally. The legacy of this harmful representation is still felt today. We must be critical of the media we consume. It is important to identify and challenge racist portrayals. Promoting diverse voices and perspectives in media is essential to combating these harmful narratives. Section 5, Unmasking the Past, Confronting the Present Towards a Future Free from Racial Prejudice. The historical view of Black Africans as a threat has had a lasting impact on modern perceptions. It continues to fuel racism and discrimination. We see the legacy of these harmful views in racial profiling, police brutality, and mass incarceration. It is essential to acknowledge this legacy and work towards dismantling it. Overcoming these deeply ingrained prejudices is a collective responsibility. We must educate ourselves and others about the history of racism. We must challenge racist stereotypes and behaviors whenever we encounter them. Creating a future free from racial prejudice requires sustained effort and commitment. By acknowledging the past, confronting the present, and working together, we can create a more just and equitable world.